Have you ever purchased an item and wonder how much the item will affect your body? Well, somewhere on that item you should find a thing called a nutrition label, which is this, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. On this label, it tells you how much of each of the six major ingredients your body will intake. The very first thing you should look at are the serving size. This is a Raisin Bran nutrition label. You're going to use, for example, the serving size for Raisin Bran is telling me is 1 cup, which they recommend. But the servings per container is about 36. This tells me how many servings I'll intake if I consume the whole package of Raisin Bran. The next section you should look at is calories. Generally, this is where people look at, but especially those that are on diets. Calories tells you how much energy you'll get from that particular item. So for Raisin Bran, it's telling me 100. I will get 190 calories just from the cereal alone, and 230 if I with a half a cup of skim milk. Calories. Now, beware warning: if too many calories can lead to obesity and overweightness. The next section you should look at is total fats. Total fats are broken up into saturated and trans fats. Neither one of these are good for your body, being that they can lead to things such as type 2 diabetes. So it is very recommended buy items that have no trans or saturated fat, or if they do have it in the product, make sure it has very little of both. The next section is cholesterol, which don't want too much cholesterol because high cholesterol can lead to heart disease. Sodium, which is basically salt, this tells you how much of a salt intake you'll take per serving. So if I eat 1 cup of Raisin Bran, I'll consume at least 210 milligrams of sodium, which is very high, but too much sodium can lead to high blood pressure, and which can then lead to heart disease as well. The next section you should look at is total carbohydrate. Carbohydrates is basically the starch within the item. This tells me if I eat 1 cup of Raisin Bran, I'll consume 46 grams of carbohydrate. So which is high, but if I only eat 1 cup, it shouldn't be that bad. Then the next section you should look at are dietary fibers. Fibers, excuse me, fibers is another type of carbohydrate. It's a portion of plant food that can be digested by the body. Since it's not digested, that since it's not digested, it doesn't really it doesn't what's what I'm trying to say? It doesn't contribute to any calories. So when we're talking about fibers, look for at least 3 grams per serving of it because fiber actually it helps your body, which is one of the good things about you should really look for on dietary on a nutrition label. Then sugars is another thing you should look at. This tells you how much naturally and added sugar you are intaking in your body. So right here, as you can see, if I consume 1 cup of Raisin Bran, I'll intake 18 grams of sugar in your body. Now, be careful with this. You don't want too much sugar in your body because it can lead to diabetes. The next thing you should look at is protein. Protein are large compounds made by containing smaller amino acids. Protein, of course, is a good thing, is a positive thing. You should look for some items that have